Hey, 𝗟𝗶𝗱𝗃𝗃𝗃 here, giving you another update on the journey for 𝗟𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗃, this path from $0 to $1 million in 2025, from January 1st to December 31st. Trying to show you if you follow the process, you can have success. A little bit behind in my videos. I'm trying to catch up. I think today is January 25th video, but in reality, I am recording it in February 5th, which is the complete opposite, right? Usually people do stuff maybe batch a bunch of videos and then drop them later as if they're live. For me, I'm actually backdating stuff because I want to keep the days in there. I did want to touch base with you on a couple of things I'm doing and plans that I'm trying to focus on. One of the, I'll just give you a quick update on one thing I'm working on. So I heard back from GSA on SAM.Gov as I was trying to register. If you had been following the journey, you know that I used something called the 𝗟𝗶ጵDS.gov website, but it's really probably a virtual. And I was like, well, let me see if this works or whether GSA accepts it, because that is my primary way of doing business, is through that address. Anyways, long story short, they rejected that, which probably was pretty predictable. And I think I highlighted in the other videos, like right here, it says something. What I was trying to figure out, though, is it said you could use the kind of virtual office, but if you use a virtual office, you have to give them your physical office. And I was happy to do that. I just didn't want to share my, use my home address as something in there, because that's where we're building this company out of. Anyways, long story short, they got back to me and said they rejected it. It's a really fast pace. You got to watch out for it, because they're like, we rejected it. You got 5 days to respond or your whole application is bailed on. I'm like, come on, you're killing me. Which is fine. Rules are rules. I'm happy to follow them. But so I went back in there trying to figure out how to change it. Ironically, now I'm in kind of this circle of hell, if you will, on registering in SAM. And so I submitted them a question saying, can I use my driver's license and give you my home address and do that. And so that's off in their hands, and I'll watch it. I'll just keep moving it along. I don't need to eat up a lot of these videos on that, because that's just an exercise of back and forth with them on their help desk. And so I didn't want to switch, because that's probably going to take me a few weeks to resolve. I've seen this happen with people before, where they get themselves caught up on, registering somewhere, and there's all these I's and T's you got to dot and cross and all that. And so they don't do anything else. I'm like, okay, no, that thing, I'm not letting me slow down. I'm already into the second month. We're 5 days into the second month of the year, and I want to start moving faster, right? As I mentioned about this journey, I want to show you how to get to $1 million, and getting to $1 million means getting to $1 as soon as you can. And so I'm going to change up my plan a little bit. I want to finish my capability statement. I'm going to try to get that done. I'm going to try to get it tomorrow, but really over the weekend, I'll probably just have a lot more time, and I'll do that, because as you can imagine, I'm very busy on my day-to-day job, and I got to do that. But something else I wanted to do is, I don't need to be in SAM to start making money. I need to be in SAM if I want to get a prime contract with a federal contractor, right? That's important, or with a federal agency. But I don't need to get started. What I need to do is start putting the word out and what I really want to do is to reach out to other small businesses that are already in the particular target customers I want to get to, and see if I can't start, one, getting them to answer my email or my phone call, and then two, see if I can get them interested in working together. It's like, hey, this is my expertise. You can put 25% markup on it for all I care. And we go after work together. By the way, if you're new to government contractor, or you're new to business in general, when I say put a 25% markup, what I mean is, if I'm going to charge the government, let's say $100, then, and I'm going to work for you under your company as you're the prime contractor, I'm a subcontractor. If I charge $100 and you're going to do a $25 markup, it literally is 25% or $25 on it. So you might charge the government $125, give me $100, keep $25 for yourself, and everybody's happy, right? The reality is that markup might be closer to 5 to 10% or something, and that's totally cool. Sometimes I try to get them to not do a markup and instead just get an extra piece of work. It's like, hey, you take a percentage of the work and I'll take a percentage. But that stuff's, I'll talk more about that, because the reality is, when I go after selling something, I'm going to make sure that I make the most amount of money I can make. and I'm going to make sure the company that I'm going to team up with is making a good, healthy profit for them so that it's attracted to them. And I'm going to make sure whatever we charge to the buyer, the government in this case, is totally worth it to them, that they see the value for the price. They go, oh, that price is worth it. And so if it's worth it to them and the prime gets a profit, then there's nothing wrong with me making money as well. That's why we're in business. So anyway, so I'm going to, between today and tomorrow, I think the next task I'm going to take is I'm going to build what I call targeting. If you've ever heard me talk about the 7-step process in federal sales, the process that I put together, it's research, targeting, outreach, relationships, opportunities, proposals, sales. So 7 steps. And step 2 is targeting, where you identify the agency you want to get into, and you identify one of the ways you do targeting is identify businesses you think it'd be good to work with. In my case, what I'm selling is so niched down. This industry engagement through LinkedIn, as an example, it's so niched down that I can sell it to everybody. So rather than one particular agency like the Army I'm looking at because I have, weapons that I think they could use, well, that's a really unique customer. I don't really need to understand the customers at this point. What I'm trying to do is go, can I get some traction anywhere? And that's where I'll go. There's this line I heard somebody say that, people say you should make money at what you love. Well, if you make enough money, you can end up loving what you make money at, right? And so, if you're going to make money at what you love, then maybe I'd be out sailing. That's what I like to do, not selling, but sailing on the open water. If somebody would pay me to do that, that's what I'd be doing that I love to do. But in this case, right, what I'm looking for is where can I get traction? I might think I want to go to the Army because they're the biggest spender. But when I get some feelers out there, I might find out the Department of Homeland Security has much more interest. And I've been able to reach people and they talk to me. If no one talks to me at the Army, but they talk to me at DHS, I'm going to shift my focus over there. And it allows me then to abandon the other agencies and really dive into DHS to get sales, as an example. So that activity that I'm going to do next, between now and the next time we talk, is going to be targeting. I want a list of 200 companies that do something. So I'm going to build that list. I'll show you in the next video. I probably won't show you the list necessarily because, those are the people I'm calling. You can wait till later to call them yourself. But I will show you how I got them and how I determined who I wanted to reach out to. An example is I think I might have showed this earlier in a very early video where I was saying, this is how I find out who's won contracts that might fit for me. And so I might go search for people who have anything to do with the small business offices at federal agencies. I think that's a good fit. So I might start there. But my goal is to build a list of 200 people, names, numbers, and emails, because then I'm going to start reaching out and contacting these people. And I'll talk to you about that. And I'll show you the email I use. That'll go forward. But my point is, I want to do this so that I'm starting to sell right now. Literally, even when I talk to them, I'm going to say, hey, I got tons of experience. Nancy started up this new company. And actually, it won't even be me, right? I'm going to be doing this in the blind, but she can say, right, tons of experience in there, and still dealing with the SAM stuff. But right now, we just want to be able to start pursuing your customers, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you about how I line up that whole discussion, because I'm going to go into the depth of it. And hopefully you're not going to try to duplicate the exact business I'm building for the exact people I'm trying to sell to. Let me at least prove this out, then take my idea. All right. I think that's enough for now. I've got my GSA little fun stuff to deal with. I did put here GovConChamber.com/coach. If you're interested in that and you're doing, generally you got to be doing 1 or 2 million plus, because there is a cost to it. But I figure as long as I'm doing these videos and I've got people who watch me who are making $10, $20 million of revenue, maybe you're interested in my coaching for you. If you're not at that stage, don't worry about it. This is why I'm doing this for free, and I'm doing it over the course of 2025. The other thing is right here, I've got 5 lives lined up, these live training sessions I do at noon every day. I'm starting those back up on Monday. That'll be on LinkedIn. It's on YouTube as well, but you want to come on LinkedIn because you can engage with people. So just make sure you're following me one way or another to watch that. All right, I will see you in the next episode.